Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're going to be talking about the spell Weird.
Oh.
Weird. Man, this should be a cool spell. 9th level, and man, so surely with a name like Weird, you're going to cast it and all sorts of crazy, wild, random things happen, right?
Oh, yeah. Weird is a 9th level illusion spell. This spell's got to be bananas. This thing is competing with Wish. This thing's competing with Time Stop and Meteor Swarm. We're talking about like capstone illusion magic. We're like rewriting the rules to the world in some wacky, wonderful ways. That's what we should be doing, Bob. That's what we should be doing. That's not
what does it do? This one hurts.
Okay. You pick a spot within 120 feet of you. Creatures within 30 feet of that make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they become frightened for 1 minute. At the end of each of those creatures' turns, they remake the wisdom saving throw. And if they succeed, the spell is over. If they fail, they take 40-10 damage and the spell continues. That is all.
So that's it. The best. It does a little bit of psychic damage. But
40-10 psychic damage on the failed save.
For a 9th level spell. And they become frightened.
Yep. Which that's something we can quickly touch on. So the frightened condition is it's important to note because I don't even know if this spell technically works. I can't find any sage advice on it or anything. I haven't been able to, I did like a 10-minute internet Google search to be like, how does this frighten effect actually work? And I couldn't find anyone talking about it. Probably because I didn't look hard enough, but still, the gist of what frighten does is creatures have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls if they can see the thing frightening it. And they can't willingly move closer to the source of it. However, the spell is worded in such a way that it says the illusions are what are creating the frightening condition. But they also then say that the illusions are implaceable. So my question is, are they able to move at all? Are they only able to move away from you because you cast the spell? Do they care about are they just, how does that specifically function? If I were to rule it, I would say that because the spell is as bad as it is, they just can't move and they have disadvantage on all their attack rolls and saving or attack rolls and ability checks because otherwise.
One thing, I think that's implacable.
Oh, implacable is a very different word than implacable.
Yes.
Thank you. Look at literacy skills not happening. Unable. Oh, it says I copy pasted. It says implaceable.
Well, I'm looking.
Is that how you spell implacable too?
No. They're implaceable. I don't even know if implaceable is a word.
According to Google, it means unable to be placed.
All right. I'm looking at D&D Beyond right now, and it's IMPLACABLE.
Copy paste.
Copy paste what?
Into Google. You'll see that it's IMPLACABLE.
I just did. I'm looking at it right here. It says unable to be placated.
What? Frightened dash waste if possible. Yeah, I guess you're right. I must have screwed this up on several different levels. Listen, at the end of the day, I still am unendingly confused about what the source of the things that are frightening are and where things are allowed to move.
Right, well, I'm gonna make a ruling here.
Do it.
You are casting the spell. It is a range, and it has and you have a target area. That's where the fear is emanating from, or the source of the fear.
Sure. So you are
the point of your choice. No, not you, the caster. If you cast it right on yourself, I guess you could be, but no, wherever you cast it, that is the point at which they are afraid of.
Okay.
That's where the ghoulies and fear of turning into their fathers comes from.
That's okay with me. I'm down with that ruling. That sounds right. It sounds like I need to read more. In any case, this still, in that instance, picking a spot to frighten things from, if that's the official ruling we're going with, I agree. That sounds right to me. This spell is uncastably bad. This spell, for a 9th level spell slot, you could be doing, this is a wizard exclusive too, mind you. You only can be doing better things than this. There aren't worse 9th level spells than this for wizard. There are worse 9th level spells than this for like cleric and druid. There are not worse 9th level wizard spells than this.
I'm not sure there are worse any level spells.
listen, if this were like a 5th level spell, I'd be like, okay, sometimes it's 42 damage and it's Catastrophe Fear. Those two numbers kind of go together.
All right. Well, you
At
know,
ninth level,
if my ruling is correct, then the source of like, all right. So if you cast it on yourself, like, you know, then you could be frightened by this, right?
Yeah. Each creature.
All right. So so you wouldn't do that.
Yes.
So you have to cast it somewhere like outside of 30 feet from you, which means, all right, they're not going to go toward that, but they might, you know, come toward you.
Hypothetically.
But, yeah.
The thing that really bums me out about this is when you cast it, sometimes it does nothing. When it does do something, all it is doing is a frightened condition for a 9th level spell. So we got fear at 3rd level, ladies and gentlemen. There's no reason to cast it for 9th level. And then in order to do the first instance of damage, they have to fail 2 saves in a row. You know I don't like spells that are inconsistent. For 40-10 damage in 9th level spell slot, whenever you have 40 d6 damage with Meteor Rain or Meteor Swarm, there's no reason. Yeah, 40-10 is a bit like this little bit of damage. That's 20-ish on average for a 9th level spell slot. That's worse than a Fireball.
3rd level Fireball? Yeah.
Yup.
I'm kind of glad we got on that little side rant about implacable versus implacable.
Implacable, yeah.
I don't know what else we're gonna say about this spell.
Listen, I don't either. This is it's a 9th level spell slot that is 2 3rd level, worse than 2, better than 1 3rd level spell Fear, worse than the other 3rd level spell Fireball. That's not worth a 9th level slot. That's not worth a 5th level slot.
Do you think anyone in the history of Dungeons and Dragons has ever taken this spell?
I believe the designers have. And that at one point it did the 40-10 damage up front, and then for some reason they decided that was too busted. Probably because they watched the Ranger finally get to add their wisdom modifier to their hit. And they're like, oh my God, this spell's doing too much. And then the next playtest group down the quarter was like, oh yeah, I'm going to cast Meteor Swarm. You know, I don't think 10d6 damage on each meteor is enough. Let's up that. Let's just scoot that up to like, how about 40? Let's make it crazy. That it seems like how this happened, because I can't fathom anyone otherwise wanting this.
The difference between the damage in this and the damage in Meteor Swarm, that's what the creators thought the frightened effect was worth.
Yep. Maybe 40-10 damage versus 40d6 in 3 areas. If this hit a whole 120 feet around you, I'd still call this spell garbage. But at least it would be like 9th level territory, right? Where it's like, I frighten everything possible around me. If there was no save and that was the condition, I'd be like, that's still probably not worth a 9th level slot. It's probably on the lower end of power of what you can do here. But it's not. It's a fireball circle of fear that sometimes does damage.
And sometimes does fear.
That sometimes does fear. What? No.
All right.
Nope. This isn't it.
I guess we're done. I don't want to talk about this one anymore. This is stupid.
This is stupid. Bob, what do you rate it?
1.
Yeah, this is a 1. This is
awful.
awful.
Being generous. All right.
There's never a time to cast weird.
Nope.
Well, thanks you for listening to me struggle through this.
With the name like Weird, I was so excited when I first saw it. And I was looking at it. This is it. This is what it does. I wanted some wild magic stuff.
Yeah.
Nope. We got bunch of shit. All right.
Yeah, Wish is like a book that you have to read through. It's like a full 2 pages of text. Weird is like 4 lines.
All right.
Nope.
I think everybody stopped listening already. All right.
They stopped listening the moment I said implaceable. That's whenever everyone tapped out.
All right. For those of you who hung around, thank you for watching and listening. Thank you, Sam, for your valuable insight. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it. A gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description, where you'll find my Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.